What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey guys, we're here to talk about our 144 team draft. That's a
Big
bit
Daddy.
deceiving, but that's kind of what it is, right, Kyle?
Yeah, it's a Big Daddy for sure. When you say it that way, it is a little deceiving. 144 teams divided by 12 team leagues.
Yeah.
It's a
That
big.
doesn't sound as cool.
No, it doesn't sound as cool, but it's just a huge tournament style league. Honestly, I'm not even sure how it works once you kind of advance. I don't remember
It
how
was
many
it
weeks
was
it
sounded
goes before
fun.
you advance to the next round or nothing.
Yeah, just we got invited to it. It sounded fun. So we decided, cool, let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
do
so
it. It'd
we're
be fun
we're
for
gonna
people to
be
see.
We're going to be winging this thing. Let's see. Regular season matchups,
Hold on,
14.
hold on. I'll put your screen up so people can kind of see
I was
what's
just
going
looking
on
up
here.
this one thing real quick before you did. That was all. But
Okay, what's up?
yeah, it's 14 regular season matchups. So I guess week 15 start like it takes the
Hmm.
champs from each one and puts them in a bracket or something. I don't know. It's
Boy,
weird.
so that means it's probably going into week 17, which would be annoying.
Tough. Very tough. So
I hate that last week championships. They should not do that, but
no, they shouldn't. But who knows?
maybe it'll
I
be
mean,
like a round robin type thing and point I don't know how that's working, but it'll
well, I
be
mean, you're looking
interesting.
at you got 12 leagues. That's a big bracket
Yeah.
to go 15, 16, 17, 18, 4 weeks for 12 teams. Yeah, I mean, I guess 4 teams get a bye and then they feed into an 8 team bracket after that.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
I don't know. It's weird, but hey, here we go. Like it'll be fun. So,
We drafted
um
it. We'll see how it goes.
yeah, so this was a super flex. It's got a
Yes.
little bit of a weird roster lineup. We'll show you that here in a second. So it's our only super flex league, and
hmm
I think I've only played in one other super flex league ever.
Yeah. Jason's league last year
Yep.
was a super flex. I know, like, me and Tony, um, our quick hits guy, had done, uh, me and him had done a super flex years ago. We had like a weird concept league that we did because we were
Yeah.
always fooling around. And it was a super flex, but that's it. Not a lot of experience.
Cool. Well, all right. You want to dig into this really quick and kind of show what we did?
Let's do it.
Sweet. All right.
So I got the settings pulled up first
Cool.
before we get into the draft results. Let's give it a little bit of setup here. So we got here's what the lineup looks like. You got regular quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, tight end, 2 normal flexes, and 1 OP, which is your super flex. No defense, no kickers,
Okay.
and 8 bench slots. So, pretty much your normal scoring. Everybody watching us knows most of our leagues are 6 points for passing touchdowns for quarterbacks. So that even the playing field between quarterbacks and skill positions a little bit more on this league versus most super flexes that we would have been in. And then it was a full point per reception. But everything else is pretty standard stuff. There's no big play bonuses or anything like that. So, with that being said, shall we reveal the team that we drafted?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go into it.
Let's do this thing.
And this went through like zero preparation. We were going over what the roster and stuff looked like 5 minutes before. We're like, what are we drafting for here?
Well, we didn't even know that it was a super flex until like a few hours before I went over to look at the settings. I was like, holy crap, there's like all these flex spots and stuff. So here's our team. We have easily the best quarterback duo in the league. Our running backs are not as good as they could be, but the rest of the team can carry because we got some high upside at running back. So we got Josh Allen was our top pick. We were number 7 overall.
Yep.
So we went with Josh Allen. Then on the turn, we grabbed Dak Prescott. And a super flex, that is a winning combination.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And then we got real lucky at 3, and Kittle fell. And then we got the Amari Cooper, Dak Prescott stack with our 4th pick.
Love that.
Yeah, it was amazing. Because then, we kept on going. We ended up with DJ Moore. And who did we get? He was our 5th. Who did we get with our 6th? Was that Gaskin or Tannehill?
Yeah. I think we got Gaskin down at 6.
No,
No, we
took
got Tannehill.
because someone was giving us a hard time for taking a 3rd quarterback
Right.
before we had any running backs, and we still got Gaskin in the 7th.
Yeah, which I'm more than happy with.
Absolutely. So, we got some high upside running backs. We got Gaskin, Carter, Gus Bus, Mark Ingram, who has been gaining a lot of steam down in
Yeah.
Houston as far as looking like he could get some work. Paired up Tevin Coleman with Michael Carter. Grabbed Devontae Booker because, well, Barkley's made of glass. Also took a shot on Mr. Deshaun Watson in case he plays. Got him super, super late.
Oh, gosh, it was so late.
So if he plays, we got a steal on our 4th. Ended up with Johnny Smith as our backup tight end.
Love that.
Which we're super happy about. We got one of us has him in every league we're in together. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
And then
I'm a big Johnny fan.
Marquez Callaway, who has been absolutely killing it.
I feel like we got him actually pretty late too.
We did. We got him.
You can probably click on him and see. I think you'll be able to click on him and see.
Will it tell me here, or do I need to go to the draft recap?
No, you should be able to click here. Like, scroll down to the bottom, I think, and very, very bottom. There you go. 103rd overall. Not round 9.
The 9th round. So it wasn't that late.
Yeah, it wasn't as late as I thought, but it's still pretty good value. I mean, when considering the other wide receivers and stuff that were going around that time, I feel like we got a better one.
Oh, yeah. And then we still ended up getting Collins and Hardman, which are a couple of really high upside, bench receivers.
Yep.
And Troutman Callaway or Troutman, one of them's catching all the passes from Jameis, and maybe both. So we got that whole receiving offense right now, which I feel really good about.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And Troutman, he could end up being a good flex play up there at some point. Who knows?
Absolutely.
I feel like we got some good depth at all of our positions and some good upside players. Yeah. Even our handcuffs are pretty good upside. So I like that quite a bit.
Especially Devontae Booker, since Saquon Barkley never stays healthy.
Yeah, and our team is going to – you might look at these skill positions here and say, like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, you don't have the best running backs. You kind of got some lower tier running backs as of right now, and you don't have, like, top wide receivers. So, yeah, we sacrificed a little bit because we have one of the top tight ends, which guys know how we feel about a top tight end and the advantage, the weekly advantage there. But being a super flex and getting Josh Allen and Dak Prescott and Ryan Tannehill, so we have 3 top 10 quarterbacks in a 12-team super flex league. And there are some teams that didn't draft a quarterback until, 9th. One didn't even draft their first one until the last round, and that was Cam Newton.
Should I just pull up their rosters here so we can show them?
Yeah. Let's pull up some rosters and see how ours lines up. I mean, we did sacrifice some at those skill positions, but I do love Amari Cooper. He's way undervalued. I feel like the ADP there is great. I feel like DJ Moore is going to give us. He's going to exceed his ADP. I feel like.
Yeah. So is Callaway.
Oh yeah, by a long shot on Callaway. We had to scroll down to find him, but we knew someone else would do the same, so we had to kind of jump it a little bit early. But yeah, let's look at some of these other teams and see how this is going.
This is the host of the tourney that's in our league.
Yep, True Serum. This is their tournament that they've put together.
Yeah, so they got Matt Ryan, and that's it in a super flex, 1 QB. The only starter left on waivers right now, which will run tonight, was Teddy Bridgewater.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh,
So
let's also highlight the fact that last season in this league, Josh Allen was the overall top scorer, number 1 overall top scorer.
yes, very
And
much
the
so.
next closest was Aaron Rodgers, but 13 points behind, which isn't a huge amount, but
No,
like those are the top scorers. So Josh Allen, who we have as the top scorer last year.
and Dak, who could have been if he'd have stayed healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
just wanted to throw that out there.
this next team has Lawrence, Tua, Justin Fields, and that's it. So they're
Yep.
relying on a lot of young guys at QB.
And this
But
is
you
not
can
a
see
dynasty.
like they've got. I mean, honestly though, like they got Zeke, Jefferson, and Waller, but even their skill guys aren't that much better than like they're not really better than ours.
Yeah, because Lockett, I feel, is too big of a boom bust, and Daryl Henderson, I don't know if they want him to carry a load now, with Michelle there. So that's going to be interesting to watch. I do like the skill position players going back over to True Serum there.
I was about to say the same
Um,
thing.
I like his skill players a good amount, but
These
the
four,
quarterback situation is
especially,
going to hurt.
yeah,
And
that's
and
gonna hurt him a lot.
I understand those quarterback touchdowns are only 4 points. But where the throwing touchdowns are. I mean, we have Josh Allen and Dak Prescott, and they rush for some, but whereas Matt Ryan does not. But
They're still gonna severely outscore
yeah,
these
I mean they're
guys.
gonna score more still, so there's still an advantage there, a weekly advantage of starting 2 quarterbacks, even though they're not going to score an extreme amount more.
Right.
They're still going to score more.
This guy, Sapia,
Yeah, I like this. Not this isn't not bad
he's
at
got
all.
a nice combo. He's got one of the top QBs,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of real nice running backs. These receivers aren't bad. A lot of upside here,
Yep.
especially with Judy. And Pitts, he's got a really good. He got
Yep.
Carson down here, so
I like this
um,
team a lot. Trey Lance,
yeah, I do
Elijah
too.
Moore, almost like
Lance Cousins at QB, Mac Jones, so he's got some depth at
even
QB.
Jalen Rager there. I mean, yeah, I like this team a lot.
This guy did well. I like
I
his
feel like
team.
that team did really well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Southern Thunder, they have Jameis Winston, and that's it at QB.
Ooh,
So
ouch.
that's gonna hurt. I mean, they got Chubb, Sanders, McLaurin, Higgins, Kelsey, Javante. Like their skill position guys are good, but not having even one good QB is really gonna hurt them
Yeah.
like a lot.
Oof, that's tough. That's really tough. I agree.
Minneapolis Miracle. This was one of the ones we were kind of looking at after the draft last night that we kind of like.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good one.
Brady, Stafford, Carr. That's a pretty good group of QBs.
Yeah, not
To
bad at
still
all.
have Kamara, Mixon, Diggs, Thielen, Debo, Hawk. I mean, he got some pretty good talent on this team.
Yeah, was able to pick up Latavius Murray down there, James Conner.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's a decent team right there. Well done there too.
Fantasy football fellas: Herbert, Roethlisberger, Wentz, Tyrod Taylor. I
Not
mean, the
horrible.
quarterbacks aren't terrible,
Yeah.
but their skill position guys are sick. I think they have the best
Mhm.
shot with the worst quarterbacks that I've seen.
Yeah, I agree.
McCaffrey,
I
Dobbins.
think this is one of the man, I don't know. The 3 that we're high on
I
are
mean, it's got
pretty good.
McCaffrey, Dobbins, Hopkins, Keenan Allen. I love me some Cortland Sutton. Irv Smith, Mike Davis. Like he took a
Even
shot on Michael Thomas, so if he comes back,
even Curtis Samuel's decent. I mean,
yeah, like he's
John
got some
Brown down
real
there is gonna
solid
be
skill position guys. Zach Moss. I mean,
yeah,
Michelle. If
that
he takes
that
anything from
team's
Henderson,
good. That team's really good.
that team, he's going to be a force.
Because not only is his starters are their starters good, but their bench is good too.
Yeah,
So
he's got
that's what
some.
makes them even more advantage.
Yeah, he's got some depth there, which is unfortunate for us, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
So then you got this guy. He's got Murray Jackson. He had the last pick. He
Yeah,
had
the first
the
turn.
first back to back. So
Yeah, that
he
picks
ended
too.
up with Murray and Jackson. Let's see, who did he get on his bench? Zach Wilson, Okay, so Zach Wilson's his only backup.
Not horrible.
Um, Harris, Mostert, he kind of did what we did. He kind of
Yeah.
punted running back like we did
Yep.
because he's got Lamb, Woods, Claypool, Higbee, Davis. Like I feel like his receiving core is solid.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about that team. I like the quarterbacks. Um,
I
and
like Lamb and Woods.
I like Lamb and Woods, and then it's
I like
just kind
Corey.
of a bunch of.
I like Corey Davis,
I mean, so far in preseason, we'll see.
but I like these other two teams that we saw previously better.
3. I like
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
like
It
3 up
was
there.
Fellas,
Miracle
Miracle,
in that upper right.
Pasapia.
Pasapia. Okay.
So Team Champ is not
Team
going to win the championship.
is
No,
not gonna be the champ,
he's got Cam Newton
and that's
is
it.
his entire quarterback depth chart. Barkley, who we've got the backup for when he gets hurt.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt, Hill and Brown is solid, and Evans, like
And
that's a
Evans.
real good trio. And
And
Ayuk,
Ayuk, yeah.
dude, he's got 4 really, really good receivers. Honestly, Devontae and Juju could be really good too.
Yeah.
So he's got some receivers and
He's got
running
some.
backs. Like his
Mhm.
skill position guys are solid.
But, I mean, and Higbee, if he pays off, is fine, but I think
Goddard,
in
you
a
mean?
super flex, I feel like that quarterback position is more important than that.
Yeah,
Just I mean, I could be wrong, but
we'll find out. I mean, that's the fun of the game,
again,
right?
I don't have much, um, experience in super flex, and then I know that usually you want those 2 quarterbacks, but that being a 4 point for throwing touchdown, I don't know.
They're
We'll
still
see.
going to severely outscore anything he's got in his flex.
I would think so, but
Dak
he didn't have
Prescott
to
is going to
sacrifice, but he has an advantage at these other positions
if you
over
if
us.
you look at this roster the way it sits right now, Dak Prescott in our super flex spot will outscore Devontae Smith, who he's got in his OP slot, plus Cam Newton probably on a weekly basis.
Yeah,
And then we got Josh Allen to boot. Like
and
you're not going to
Waller
compete with
will.
a quarterback unless you have a top 5 running back or receiver.
Yeah. And Goddard, I was high on until Ertz just won't go away.
Ertz just won't go away.
So annoying.
Let's see. So we go over here to Team Leach. You know what? I don't know if this is what he intended with Team Leach and Baker Mayfield. Leach used to be at Texas Tech and the air
Yeah, I
raid, and
don't
then
think that's what he
like
meant,
I'm
but
I'm seeing 7 degrees of separation here
that's
between
funny.
Leach,
I
Texas
think you
Tech,
are.
air
Yeah,
raid. Uh,
that's really deep.
like yeah, dude. But anyways, you got our boy Baker. Who else? Goff, and that's it. Baker and Goff.
Oh, you know what I meant to put up earlier? I totally forgot. That guy, that last one we went over,
Uh
Team
huh.
Champ,
Oh, Cam Newton.
and I was just like, Team Champ? What you talking about? Team Champ? Champ. I meant to put that up there. Totally
I
forgot.
still don't understand since we're making fun of Cam Newton. Uh, the profile picture that they have on here for Cam Newton,
Oh yeah,
I'll never understand it.
yeah, it's something.
Um, and now I'm lagging because of the stream,
Yeah, yeah,
but it looks like he's hanging upside down, and
yeah.
they
It's
took the
weird.
picture because his hair is sticking so straight up.
He's got those pipe cleaners up there. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's why he's always wearing hats.
Was he like falling? Was I don't understand.
It's
Did he
weird.
do that? Was that intentional?
It's
All
weird.
right, so back over here to Team Leach.
Yeah,
Cook, Swift, Ridley, Metcalf,
I
Deontay.
mean,
He's got some really good receivers in running
really
back.
good
He got some really good
receivers.
skill guys too. So what you're seeing is teams either have really good quarterbacks or they have really good receiver
Yep,
skill guys.
skill guys.
And and
Yeah,
and honestly, like I feel like the ones that are really going to struggle are the ones that didn't get good QBs and then they screwed up their draft on the skill guys.
yeah,
So
but
like
there's not that many of those.
we have really good QBs, but then I feel like we drafted really, really well around that.
I feel like
But
this is
what
gonna be pretty competitive, actually.
it is going to be pretty competitive. The more we
But
kind
and
of
maybe
deep
it's not.
dive into these things,
And I'm sure some of these guys, this isn't their first time to do this. This isn't the first year for this league, so I'm
Yeah.
sure that some of these guys know some strategy. I just don't know which set because there's good teams with multiple quarterbacks and there's good teams with no good quarterback, and so it makes me really curious as to which one's correct, which
Right.
strategy. So we'll know after this year for future seasons, um, which one is the best one. Is it which strategy is best? We'll be able to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm starting to think it's
Let's see. So here we
the
go.
lower QBs because Truth Serum didn't focus on QBs, and so now I'm a little nervous that Truth Serum.
He punted the position completely. Like he wasn't even
Well,
interested in drafting a QB the whole
yeah,
time.
let's also prerequisite all this. So, um, almost half the league was on auto draft to like
True.
begin, and even throughout we had 3 to 4 teams on auto draft through this. So some of these aren't constructed by people; they were constructed by auto draft. So forgot to
Like people
mention
just
that.
picking the best available every single time. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Not a lot of
So
strategy goes into that.
yeah. So some of these are not by choice that they don't have quarterbacks.
Those will be the
Um,
ones that don't have quarterbacks because all the quarterbacks were gone before the auto draft was telling it needed to
mhm,
draft a quarterback.
mhm. The Cam Newton one was one of those. That's why it
Yeah.
had such good skill players because that's what it was picking, and then picked Cam Newton in the last round. It's just ouch.
Yeah. All right. So we got bring food, need top. I don't know what that name's about, but Russell Wilson, Joe Burrow, Daniel Jones. Boy, that de-escalated quickly, didn't it?
Anything with Daniel
So
Jones on it is rough.
is bad news bears. So then we got Henry, Harris, Godwin, Cup, Chase, Andrews. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Dylan's not a great flex, but I understand why he's there because you had to take him early.
Could have been worse.
Not a lot of depth there, but he's got a pretty solid core up here, starting with Wilson and these guys. I don't think Burrow will be that bad. He's a pretty well-rounded team, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. At least one good solid quarterback in there with some pretty good skill players.
Yeah. Plus, he's got the Burrow Chase stack there.
Yeah, I don't hate that team at
Of
all.
course, we went over our championship winning team already. Um,
Gosh, we'll see.
I think let's see. Yeah, it's Run CMC is the last one here. So he's got
Okay,
Rogers, Hertz, Fitzmagic, and Sam Darnold, which I think is a really good group of
I
quarterbacks.
agree. Yeah, I like that group of quarterbacks, but you can tell
Um,
kind of paid the price here.
well, I mean Taylor Jones.
Well, whereas we
It's,
went
that's
Kittle, they went
that's a
running back
really
instead of tight end. We went top tight end, they went high running backs to
well,
back it up.
yeah. Well, they started here and then
Right.
got these later, whereas we did that and then flipped it.
Yeah.
Uh, his receivers are kind of weak. James Robinson looks a lot better now than he would have a week
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, I agree.
His tight end's not great,
I'm not a Gasecki fan, so
and he doesn't have a lot of depth, but he's got a really good running backs and a pretty good core of quarterbacks. So
yeah, because yeah. I think Aaron Rodgers was the number 2 overall player in this league last year,
mhm,
and I think is going to come in on a tear this year. And then Jalen Hurts, say what you want about him, fantasy wise, he's going to put up fantasy points. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, I
he's
agree.
he's a fantasy football quarterback. I don't care. They're not going to win. I hope they lose every game. I don't like the Eagles. I want them to lose every game.
Every
Sorry,
year,
Jalen.
every
I
game,
like
every year,
Jalen. Like Jalen. Don't like the Eagles. I hope they lose every game. But Jalen, please score some fantasy points.
all the points. Unless I'm playing against you, then
Correct. But I
no
have
point.
him on teams. Yeah.
No points for you. And go full
Yeah.
blown
So it's going to be a
sweet
competitive league. I
nothing.
feel like it's going to be interesting to
Yeah,
see what strategy works.
there's really
Um,
only a couple of teams I'm just like, they don't have a shot. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna call them
like
out on here, but,
three,
like,
maybe three at
yeah, there's
max.
about 3 teams I'm just like, they're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
But the
But
rest of it I think is gonna be I
there's
mean,
about
that could flip-flop too if everybody else has some key injuries or bad matchups playing against them, you just never
yep.
know. But just based off of going, like, kinda deep diving these here, I think it's about the top 8 or 9 teams, it's gonna be real competitive.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins the championship?
Oh, boom bust for sure. We got Kittle on our roster, man.
He
Come
knows.
on now. We got
He knows.
Kittle. We got Murray. We got Allen. We got Dak. We're set. Those three will
Yeah,
carry us to our championship.
yeah, I like it. I think we did pretty well. Like I said, there's about 5 teams here I look at and go, "Oof, this is gonna be tough."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like
I just hope
it's
we
gonna
play
be a
those
tough
twice.
competition and it'll
So
be
if we
fun.
lose, we get a chance at redemption. Those will
Yep,
be
yep.
the ones we play on a big bye week.
All right.
They'll be
So
full staff, and we'll
uh,
have half our team off.
by our big bye weeks are 6 and 7 in this league, like huge. It knocks out a pretty good chunk of our team, but everyone's going to be dealing with
Yeah.
that, especially week 7. I feel like is huge
Mhm.
across the board for all the players. So
Yeah.
let's show them. So these are the 12 teams we're playing against. Let's go over here and show them the list of uh, everyone that's uh,
So we're
in the
League
league.
One. So we just
Yeah,
showed you
league 1 of
everybody
12.
that's yeah.
Yeah, let's go through here.
So
There's a lot of just individuals. I'm sure these individuals
is it
work
easier
with
to
different.
see on stream if I highlight where they begin and
No,
end?
it was easier without the highlight.
Okay.
Um, it's interesting just because I'm sure some of these guys like write or contribute or host to different things, but they're not on here necessarily with their brand. Me and Kyle are on here as Boom Bust
Some of
Fantasy
them have their
Football.
brand out here,
Some
like
of them do, but I'm sure some of them
FF Connoisseur,
aren't.
and some of
Yeah.
them you'll just recognize the name.
Yep. That one's a Fantasy Football
Fantasy Football
Unlimited.
Unlimited. I don't recognize many of these names. Pro Football Focus, I recognize that one.
Yep.
I've read quite a bit of his stuff, I think, actually. Um,
Big Balla Fantasy. I know Big Balla from Instagram.
High Floor Fantasy, FF Limelight,
Another one on Instagram from us.
um,
Super Fantasy Bros podcast. Catch them on YouTube as well. Fresh Prince of Fantasy Football. Um, Another one I see on YouTube. There's the DMN Straight FF. Roto Rob, Fantasy Holics, Bears, Brews, and Bros. Yep. Dynasty Trades HQ. There's the Football Therapist. I like it.
we're in another league with him. I'm pretty sure
Um,
that's the same one because the
no,
other
I think it's maybe a different one.
is it?
Yeah, there's 2 fantasy football therapists, and
There's a
so
fantasy football therapist and there's a football
oh,
therapist. There's
yeah, we
some,
might be in the league with the football therapist then. I'm not sure.
yeah. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's our guy.
Okay.
Weekly streamer baseball. I think he got lost and just signed up.
Those
Project
baseball guys, they just
Dribble.
wander around. Big League Fantasy, that's a
Big
pretty
League
big one.
Fantasy. Yeah. Ricky of
Uh,
Fantasy Croqueta. I follow him on Insta.
mhm.
Sack Attack. Fantasy Focused.
Mhm.
Once
Once Upon a
Upon a
Sunday.
Sunday. Fantasy First Down.
Another Once Upon a Sunday. They're in different
Mm-hmm.
leagues. Uh,
Fantasy Pack. Smitty of the Fantasy Football Show. Of course, everybody knows who that is, right?
See you in the final, Smitty.
Fantasy Football Wish List.
Yeah. Yep. Do stuff with him on
Good
Instagram.
Old Boys of Fantasy Football. God First Football. Fantasy Coaches.
Mhm.
So yeah,
There's a
there's
lot of teams in here,
a
or
lot
a
of
lot of
pages, a
lot
lot
of
of
brands, a lot of
individuals
pages.
also.
Do what?
A lot of individuals also.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes down.
And I'm sure looking for the name, like these brand names, I'm sure I've accidentally skipped over a few names that I know that are
Yeah,
in here, but I'm sorry to those people. They didn't get a shout out.
eh,
But
they'll live.
they're probably not watching this anyways, right?
No, probably not. So,
They're definitely
anyways,
not going to raise the stink of us
it's
not shouting them out. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm curious
it
to see
is.
how it goes.
It's going to be different. I was trying to see if there was the graphic that we saw at first that maybe kind of ran down the format a little bit, but
Was there one? I can't
I
remember.
thought there was, but maybe not.
Hmm.
I'm really not sure. I definitely couldn't find it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I can't remember if there
So
was like one on Instagram or something that we were sent. That's where we got invited to it, was on Instagram. Um
yeah.
Here he kind of gave me a little bit of a rundown. It's 144 teams, 12 teams of 12 with 12 champions going at it in the finals. Winners League the following year.
Oh, so
Oh,
next year there's a winners league. So there's if they did this last year, that means there's a winners league going on this year,
yeah.
opposite this one. I get you.
So the final champion gets an authentic autographed full-size helmet of the team of their choice. All 12 champions get dope championship rings with the year on them. Uh, they also give out fun small prizes throughout the season. So, um, let's see. Um,
Interesting. That means it operates just like a normal league. Playoffs 15, 16, 17 with 18 being off.
yeah,
They added a week. uh yeah, so that's okay. That makes it so much easier then to
yeah, I
follow.
like that. That's nice.
And then I guess we'll see Smitty in the finals next year.
Yeah, looks like cool. I like that. That's neat.
Yeah, I do too.
Cool.
Pretty
Um,
cool.
yeah, so that's how that is. That'll be an interesting to watch. One to watch.
Yeah, because it's just so different with all the extra flexes and the super flex and
Yep.
yeah.
And we promised some variety, and gosh, we've joined a lot of leagues, and there's a lot of variety out there. So the other one that we'll cover in another video, probably coming up early next week, we will go over our family league draft, which is an 8 team draft. So that's
Yeah.
much different than this 12-team superflex. It's just a pretty straight up. There's roster limits. That's about the only thing that's kind of interesting about that. But 8 teams, so a lot different looking rosters and strategies there. So we'll be going over that. Me and Kyle head out
Denver.
to Denver this weekend for our Roll Tide draft, which is a 10-team 2-keeper league. That's our
That's our baby.
that's our baby. That's our original. That's all our best friends. This is our 11th year with it. COVID, this traveling for draft knocked our trip.
Back
COVID
a
knocked our trip
year,
back
yeah.
to our 11th year instead of our 10th, unfortunately. But hey, it's coming up. Really looking forward to it. Might Instagram some video there. I don't think we'll stream anything
It's not
while
a
we're
bad idea.
there like this, because
During the draft, maybe we can
maybe,
scan the room.
yeah, we'll see. We
You'll
might.
recognize Jared from when we had him on here, and Brandon from when we had him on here. Well,
Yep,
no, Brandon's not going,
Brandon
but
can't
he's
go.
in that league. Jared will be there at the draft this year. It's the
Yeah, that's why we're going to Denver.
first time he's been to a live draft. So
Yep, because we're
this is
taking it to
going to
him.
be very, very exciting.
Yep.
I was just gonna step back real quick about this league and say also, like, this is going to be a good year, even if we don't win this one. It'll be a good learning experience. We can see what works, study it, and then next year we'll dominate it.
Next year we'll be eating that W, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So then bouncing back to what's coming up, we'll definitely have Roll Tide Family League. I'll probably do a solo one at some point next week. I've got my work league and a friend of mine's league that I'll need to cover. That I've already drafted both of those. I'll run down those, and then Fantasy Cockpit, who you guys have heard us talk about on here, that we're in some leagues with, has a auction league, a charity auction league, best ball league, charity auction best ball league that he has got set up, and we're going to be drafting that sometime this next week. I don't know when exactly, but we'll keep you posted on that, and we'll get a recap on that as well.
Yes, sir.
Um, so we got a lot of things coming up, and then a week from Saturday is the Vegas draft with the Boot
Ooh,
Camp Boys,
boy.
Jay the Plug, Boom Bust will be there, of course. Um, and a bunch of other people. Shot callers, fantasy shot caller will be there.
It's gonna be wild.
I don't have the list in front of me. There's more. You'll
Yeah,
love
there's
it.
more.
You'll love it. I promise.
It's gonna be
It's
so
gonna
awesome.
be amazing. And that's kind of our grand finale draft too, because then that following week is, well, Labor Day. We have Jason's league.
Yep, and then I have one on the 7th, I think. That's my work league. So
that's the day after Labor Day. So a couple on Labor Day, day after, but Vegas is still kind of feeling like
that's
the
the big
grand
hoorah.
finale. And then the next Thursday, we got football, baby. It's finally here.
Here we go.
We got the network launched. We got Boom Bust on the network. We got all these drafts scheduled and completed. And it's almost football time.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, as of this recording. 2 weeks from yesterday when it goes live.
Oh my gosh.
Football is back.
It's finally here. And now we just got to try to keep up with all of it.
Yeah.
Never been in this many leagues, so it's going to be fun.
I know, man. It's going to be a blast.
All right, guys, stick with us. We will try to bring you all of the action from all of our leagues and keep sharing that strategy and insight.
Absolutely.
Cool, guys.
Drop it in. We'll see you after a while.
See ya.